Hey everybody, welcome to the Soap Thing Project, or if you've been here before, welcome back. So before we get started, if you hear some background noise, I currently have a load of laundry going and the washer and dryer are right on the other side of this wall, so you might hear some interference off and on throughout the video. But with regard to today's shave, let's talk about the razor first, because it's kind of the focus of the shave today on the project. We're going to use the PAA Starling Razor. And this is a Gem PTFE razor. Those blades look exactly like this. This is a used one. We're going to put a fresh one in the razor today. It actually has a blade already loaded into it. And as you can see, this has a pretty bulbous head. It's got some serious real estate to it, so we'll see how that affects the shave. This is a couple different shades of gray, and it does have a blade already loaded into it. Like I said, it's made out of 7075 T6 aluminum, which is used to make aircraft parts, gun parts, things like that. So it's really heavy-duty aluminum. Let's weigh this thing real quick, just because we can. Turning on the scale, set it down, and the PAA Starling weighs 1.45 ounces versus something like a Merkur 34C with a blade loaded into it. That weighs 2.73 ounces. So the PAA Starling razor weighs more than an ounce less than even the Merkur 34C. So that'll be the razor we're going to use today, is the PAA Starling razor. Let's do it. Actually, real quick before I forget, the Starling razor from PAA is going to run you about $46.95. So pretty affordable, all things considered. It doesn't say on the website or on the razor exactly where it's made, so you can kind of have your own assumptions about that, but it is what it is. So let's move on to the rest of the stuff we're going to use today. The soap is going to be Through the Fire, the Man. And Through the Fire, unfortunately, is not currently making shaving soap. They've said a few times that they're going to come back and restart making shaving soaps, and it keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed. But you can bet your ass that once they do, if they do, I'll be one of the first to pick up their new stuff, because I love Through the Fire, and it resonates with me on kind of a personal level because it's made really close to where I grew up in Lansing, Michigan. Let's smell Through the Fire, the Man. So this soap, the scent I mean, is a dupe of Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme. So the scent notes for the soap: ginger, citrus, light florals, tonka, vetiver, and cedar. I'm not going to talk about the price for this because, like I said, they're not currently making soap, but this is a 5-ounce container. It's got tallow, coconut oil, and glycerin as some of the high-quality ingredients. It's actually a fairly simple ingredients breakdown, but nonetheless, it's actually a very impressive lather quality, if we're being honest. So for a soap that doesn't have a lot in it, it's a tremendous performer. It really is good stuff. For the aftershave, I have the Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Aftershave Balm, and this is in a travel size, 1.6 ounces. I got a bunch of these in a bundle off of eBay for pretty cheap, so we may as well use it since it's supposed to kind of match the scent of the soap, and this is the original, so let's use it. The brush is from Turn & Shave, and I got this used off of BST quite a while ago. It's got kind of a imitation tortoise sort of vibe to the handle, and this actually has been re-knotted. The original knot was, I can't remember what brand it was, but I wasn't particularly impressed with it, so I had the knot pulled, and we put a a 24 millimeter APShaveCo SHD Gelousy bulb. It was J.R. Reyes that did that for me. Thank you for that, by the way. So that's going to be the brush from Turn and Shave. So let's do a shave. Okay, today in the face we have exactly 2 days growth, 48 hours on the dot. So we're going to take the Through the Fire the Man and we're going to smell it. 3 out of 5 scent strength on the Through the Fire the Man. And no pre-shave today because I want to see how the PAA Starling performs without any help. But we have the soap lathered into my Langley City shave bowl. And it's phenomenal stuff. It's I'm going to miss this if they don't come back with it because it's, just objectively speaking, the performance, forget about the sentimental value, the performance on this is just nuts for the price. It really is. Okay. So let's wet the face. Okay. Now, the razor, just by looking at it, it doesn't look super aggressive like a lot of gem razors usually are. But we're going to find out. So let's put the soap on. On to 2 days growth. Hope everybody's doing great out there. Hopefully your shave is keeping you in a good mood. I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to have left after this. At least 2. But after that, I don't know. It's going to depend on how much time I have. And all these videos are pre-recorded anyway. Like by the time you see these, I probably will be done recording videos. And I'll have all my camera equipment packed and everything like that. So, but at least 2 after this one before I have to take a short break for probably about a month to go get settled in over at Incirlik Air Base. So, let's do the PAA Starling Razor. Here we go. Interesting. So this is the safety bar version. It actually came with 2 plates, the safety bar and an open comb version. And so far, I'm finding that the approach angle was really easy to find. It's pretty narrow, but I would say that this is the least aggressive gem razor I've ever used. And I've used the Everready 1912. We've used the Blackland Sabre quite a lot on the project lately. And a couple other ones off camera. And this one is definitely the least aggressive. Let's talk briefly about the scent of the soap. Ginger, citrus, light florals, tonka, vetiver, and cedar. So in that order, the further you get down the list, the less you notice the scent notes. So it's ginger and citrus up top. There's a lot of light florals, and then you kind of get this sweet, rich kind of tonka bean sort of thing going on. And then you get just the slightest hints of like this grassy vetiver. And then by the time you get to cedar, it's borderline invisible. Like, if you didn't tell me there was cedar in it, I would probably never know. So what this amounts to me is, I would say this would be good as a black tie or kind of white collar scent. You could definitely use it as a date night scent. It is kind of, has some vague similarities to La Nuit de L'Homme, which came after this. So it's rich. It's a little bit zingy. It's sweet. It's warm. It's inviting. It's a little bit out of season, to be honest with you, but I had to use a Through the Fire soap before I get out of here. So Through the Fire and Shannon's, I tried to hit a lot of the soaps that have sentimental value. So Wet the Face, Through the Fire, Shannon's, stuff like that, you know, was around early on in this wet shaving adventure of mine. This soap has really good primary slickness. I would say it has slightly better primary slickness than residual slickness. But that's not saying that there's anything wrong with the residual slickness. It's just not crazy like some of the super soaps that you have out there from like A&E and PAA and some of these other brands. Okay, going across the grain with the PAA Starling Razor. It's extremely lightweight. It's barely 1.5 ounces with a blade loaded. So you're definitely doing all the work. The weight on this thing, excuse me, or lack thereof, is not doing anything for you. Like, it's all hand and wrist control with this guy. Now, having said that, it's mild enough that it will probably forgive most poor shaving habits. If you apply a lot of pressure and really dig this guy in, it's not going to forgive you for that, I'm guessing. But I would say if you are relatively skilled with a safety razor, you should be able to handle this no problem. Like, if you've been shaving with a Merkur 34C or Mula, Edwin Jagger, that sort of stuff for a while, this would be a proper further adventure. I would say that you've got enough shaving skill to use this. I don't know if you can hear that, but my sink is slowly draining and making some funny noises. Take Care Man said I should call it the sink thing, since after all I am the soap thing, and this is my swamp. Okay, let's see if we can take advantage of this residual slickness. yeah, I would say this is quite an enjoyable experience. I have to say I'm relatively impressed, both at the build quality and the shave quality. So just at first use, I would say that this is a pretty good bargain, considering what you're getting. Let's have a rinse. Let me see. There's still a little bit there. I don't want to hang around in that area too long, but there's some lingering hairs. My neck hairs particularly are really stubborn, and it takes a fair amount of blade buffing to get them down where they need to be. I suppose if I were smart, I would do 2 passes on the top side of my face and 3 passes down here, but I'm not that smart. Okay, let's do the Pereira falling apart on me alum block. And let's see what the alum block has to say about it. Very impressive. No stinging anywhere. So that's a good sign. Let's do the aftershave. Okay. Yves Saint Laurent Aftershave Balm. Let's put it on. Now, a quick word of advice. If you want your Gem PTFE blade to last a great deal of shaves, then you should take the blade out and rinse it out after every shave. And do not use hot water, because that might actually melt the PTFE coating off of the blade, or at least that's what I'm told. Warm water only, rinse it out thoroughly, and make sure you take it out of the razor after every shave. Here is the Aftershave Balm, Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme. Oh, man. There is something to say about designer aftershaves. I'm not sure if what's in this is that great for my face. I don't know. But it smells great, and it damn sure feels great. And that's the thing about designer aftershaves. They all feel just great on the face. So if you can get some at a bargain at like Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, you might consider picking up some designer aftershaves just to experience what it's like, because they know how to make your skin feel good. It's something else. Okay. Moving on to Through the Fire, the Man. I think you know, if I could possibly get my hands on this, I would absolutely buy it again. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen to Through the Fire? Now, my final thoughts on the PAA Starling Razor, which I have disassembled and taken the blade out already. Put it back together. I think if you're trying to get into gem razors, and you are either worried about too much exposure, too much blade feel, or you know you can't handle a lot of blade feel, this might be your best option. I think anybody could shave with this. I got a seriously close shave with this, but it didn't feel menacing at all. There's blade feel. There's plenty enough blade feel to make you pay attention and keep you on your toes, but it's not going to shred your face apart if you have skin sensitivities. At least I wouldn't think so. I think this is a very kind of middle of the road razor if you compare it to like non-gem razors. But even amongst gem razors, it's by far the most mild gem razor I've ever seen, just on the first shave. And I am going to have lots and lots of great shaves with this. That much I do know. Okay, that'll be the shave for today. I want to thank everybody for watching, and until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.